If you've ever had the experience of canceling a credit card, you know it can be a bit of a hassle. You have to make sure all your bills are paid on time and in full, or else they'll go into collections, and it will damage your credit score. You also have to call the credit card company and cancel the card over the phone. It can be a real pain. But there is a safe way to cancel a credit card that will protect your credit score and make the process as easy as possible. All you need to do is follow these simple steps. 1. Make sure all your bills are paid on time and in full. 2. Call the credit card company and cancel the card over the phone. 3. Open a new credit card account with the same company. When you receive your next bill, there will be no outstanding balances listed, so that's it. No more debt or liability for that account. You can cancel the account in good standing since there are no outstanding bills. This is by far the safest way to cancel a credit card, and it will protect your credit score. Good reasons to cancel a credit card. There are several good reasons to cancel a credit card, including 1. You're paying too much in fees. 2. You don't use the card enough to make it worth keeping. 3. You're trying to consolidate your debt and get rid of high-interest cards. 4. You're trying to improve your credit score. 5. You've been hit with an unexpected financial hardship and need to reduce your expenses. 6. The credit card company has been bought out by a different company and you don't want to continue doing business with them. 7. Your credit limit has been reduced or you've been put on a wait list for a higher limit. 8. Someone has stolen your credit card and you want to stop them from charging on it. 9. You've been a victim of credit card fraud and want to prevent further charges. 10. The interest rate is too high for you to continue carrying a balance on the account. 11. You're trying to streamline your credit cards. 12. You prefer not to have more than 1 or 2 credit cards in case you lose them. 13. The card issuer has changed the rewards program and it no longer benefits you to have the card. For all these reasons, if you want to cancel a credit card, there's a safe way to do it. Make sure all your bills are paid on time and in full so you can cancel the account with good standing. If there are outstanding balances on the credit card, call the credit card company instead of canceling over the phone. When they see that there are outstanding balances, they'll have you pay them before canceling the account. That's a good way to get into more debt, which you don't want to do. Next, call the credit card company and cancel the card over the phone. Don't close out your online account with them, because it can be difficult to get back all your information if you need it again in the future. When you call to cancel, make sure you speak with a live person, not an automated system. It may take some time if the phone lines are busy, but eventually, you will get through to someone. When the representative asks why you're canceling the card, just say that you want to streamline your credit cards. If they push for more information, tell them you'd rather not discuss it over the phone. If they want to continue the conversation, say that you prefer to talk about it during a personal meeting at their office. At this point, the representative will ask if you're looking for another card from their company. That's your chance to take advantage of a great incentive they are offering. Ask if there's an available account with a higher credit limit or better rewards program than the one you currently have. If so, ask to be transferred over to that department where you can get the card set up right away. Now, take down your new account number and any other information you need for future reference. If you want to, transfer any outstanding balances over to the new account. Then cancel your original credit card over the phone or through online banking. You can start using your new credit card immediately because it will be cancelled once the representative transfers you over to that department. Be sure to pay attention to any bills generated from that account so you don't accidentally miss an interest payment. It's best to wait until your statement arrives in the mail before you send in your first payment by check. That will be the official start date for your new account, so if you pay shortly after receiving your statement, it will appear as though you waited too long to make the payment, which will cause your credit score to drop. That's it. It's safe and easy to cancel a credit card the right way. This method will ensure that you don't leave yourself open to any additional charges or fees, don't damage your credit score, and won't have to wait too long for new cards in the future when you need. Closing a credit card won't impact your credit history. The credit bureau will still track the account as long as it's open, and it will be included in your credit score. However, if you cancel a card and have an outstanding balance, the credit card company may report that to the bureau. That could damage your credit score, so it's important to pay off any balances before you cancel the card. If you have several cards, choose the card with the best possible deal and close out your other accounts. Canceling a credit card will not lower your debt-to-credit ratio, how much of your available credit you're using. It only decreases the amount of total credit that is available to you. If you usually keep a high credit card balance, this could hurt your credit score. You can also cancel your account by signing into online banking or using the customer service number listed on the back of your card. The process should be similar to closing out an account over the phone, but you may need to provide some additional information online because it's a more secure transaction. If you want to get a new account from the same company, don't cancel your old card before applying for a new one. Just apply for a different card instead. It's not recommended that you keep an old credit card open just for the sake of having a long history on file with the credit bureau. The average age of your credit accounts is 15 to 16 months, and it's not good for your score to keep the same card open for a long time because it could indicate that you aren't taking on new debt responsibly. Canceling a credit card will lower your total available credit, but it won't have a major impact on your credit score. This is because the amount of debt you're carrying accounts for a larger portion of your credit score. However, canceling one card might affect your ability to get new cards in the future. Your inquiries will increase since you'll be opening several new accounts within a short period. It's important to remember that closing a credit card doesn't get rid of your debt. You will continue to be responsible for the balance as long as the account is open. If you cancel a card with an outstanding balance, you should make sure to pay it off or transfer the balance before you close out the account. Otherwise, you will have to pay interest on the full amount until it's paid off, which could take years. It's also important to make sure you aren't canceling a card that has an annual fee because you'll lose out on all of the benefits associated with the account. You can use any one of your current cards to pay off your balance. You can also transfer the debt to another card with a lower interest rate, or take out a personal loan if you don't have enough credit left open. You'll be able to close your account immediately during this process, but you might lose some of the associated perks right away since they are tied to the card. Since American Express doesn't use a credit card number like Visa and MasterCard, you will lose all of your rewards and benefits immediately. If you have any outstanding charges or transactions that show up on your account after that point, they won't be processed. With Discover, Chase, and Citi, the three major issuers that allow you to convert your card into cash, you should keep your account open until it has been processed. If you're canceling a business credit card, the process is similar to closing out an individual account. The only difference is that you'll have a lot more flexibility with how you use collateral and any pending transactions if the account has an outstanding balance. According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you are allowed to close your credit card account with no impact on your credit score. This applies to business and personal accounts, including store-branded credit cards like Sears or Macy's. If you do choose to cancel a card, it can affect your debt-to-credit ratio or credit utilization rate. Even though your balance may not change, it can look like you're applying for new credit when you apply to cancel the account. Credit card debt is one of the things most Americans try to avoid, but that doesn't mean they want to leave their cards open forever either. If you don't want to keep a card open that you don't use very often, you should think about canceling it instead. While it might be a lot safer for your credit score to cancel a card than close an account, there are some things you need to know first. Peer counseling credit management. There is no such thing as good debt. Any money you owe is not yours until it's paid in full to the person or organization that lent it to you. If you can't afford to pay your debts in full at the end of every month, you need to change your habits immediately before it has a negative effect on your credit score and future ability to borrow money. Your credit score is a reflection of how you've managed all your debts over time. The number tells lenders whether it's safe to lend you money based on past borrowing habits, current financial situation, and predicted future credit activity. Credit scoring models consider several factors when they evaluate your score, including credit utilization, your credit card balance as a percentage of your available credit. High balances can impact your score negatively if you're not using the card for an emergency fund or planned expenses. Credit inquiries. New hard inquiries have a temporary impact on your score. If you apply for several credit cards at once, it will look like you are desperate for money and may be a bad risk. Hard inquiries stay on your report for 2 years. Length of credit history. If you close a credit card account, it will have an impact on how long your accounts have been active and closed. In general, the longer your personal finance history is, the better it looks to lenders, since closed accounts are positive. Credit mix. Having cards with different issuers, such as a credit card, retail store card, and gas credit card, shows that you can manage multiple types of accounts. The reason this is important to understand is that it relates to your main credit score factors: payment history, utilization rate, and length of credit history. Closing an account means you won't be able to use it anymore, but you can still pay off your balance. If you paid everything on time and never went past the limit, canceling an account is no big deal as long as those habits remain consistent. However, closing an account will impact your credit utilization rate if it's the only card with a $0 balance. This means that creditors might think you're struggling financially if you cancel a card with a high balance and little available credit. Even if you make debt payment arrangements, it can look like your utilization rate is too high and that you're using more than 30% of your available credit. To avoid this problem, consider using any collateral to secure a loan with another lender before you cancel your card. You don't want to hurt your credit score by doing something you might regret for the rest of your life, so think about all your options before you cancel a credit card and take responsibility for your actions.